Skyrim's Hearthfire DLC was always fun to play, but it should have been something more, especially after seeing that you could build full settlements in Fallout 4 and some of the amazing mods out there for Skyrim. I've always wondered why the player couldn't buy a chunk of Skyrim land and build their own city. Maybe in Elder Scrolls 6 this will be a feature, but in the meantime I set out to find a mod to scratch that itch in Skyrim, and that's when I stumbled across Build Your Noble House by Lowcaster, which just so happens to add in an amazing city which I can build from the ground up. So with that, let's drop back into the story of Alan Allenson, who so far has started from nothing, rebuilt his family mine, started his own farm, built his own port and trading ship, and built a village for himself and his employees. Well, we're a few years into the future, and with more money coming in each week than he knows what to do with, why not build a city and become a Jarl? So after years of planning, Alan heads to speak to the Jarl of Falkreath to buy a piece of land to the north. It costs a lot, but it's well placed near Whiterun and Alan's other businesses. We join Alan on day 1 as he arrives at the pre-built workshop at the new city of Allenhold. The day is spent building a small camp to live in for the next few weeks and surveying the area in preparation for the huge building projects that are on the way. Day 2, and changing into his old work clothes, Alan gets straight to work, spending most of the day gathering stone for the buildings, before travelling to Half Moon Mill to chop wood overnight. This time, Alan isn't bitten by the vampire owners, who become good friends. After a quick nap, Alan wakes up on day 3 to start reviewing the schematics he's prepared for the town, deciding to start with the basics. Spending the day building a well in preparation for residents and workers to start moving in. Day 4 is spent expanding camp so Alan has space to recruit some city guards. With the new city still at risk from bandit attacks, it's better safe than sorry. He even gets the first shipment of fresh food from Alan's farm. Day 5 sees the construction of a training camp for the city guards. They need to keep their skills up to a good standard, so this should get a lot of use. Day 6, and Alan builds a wooden gate and walls to protect the camp. After years of building settlements, safety was one thing he had to get right, and with guards this would be a great start. Days 7 to 10 were spent building guard towers around the camp and at a couple of key places on the road to Allenhold. This would keep any new residents safe from bandits when they've moved into the city, as well as travellers safe on the road. Day 11 was spent travelling to Solitude to hire city guards from Captain Aldous, giving a number of Civil War veterans new jobs away from the chaos. And it'd be rude not to enjoy a night in the Winking Skeever. It's a tradition for Alan at this point. Day 12, and Alan and the new guards head back to Allenhold to get settled in, with them receiving custom armour and weapons with the new city colours. How's the new armour feeling? It looks great. Certainly the best Allenson mine's produced so far. Top of the range. Day 13 is spent building a lakeside boardwalk and fishing pier. This allows for extra room to expand the city just outside of the camp walls, and the city can start gathering food for themselves from fishing. This will be crucial to supporting the city through winter. Day 14, and the new hunter house is built at the entrance to the city. Again, this will bring in extra food to really start expanding the city and reduce the reliance on outside shipments from Alan's farm. Day 15, and Alan furnishes the hunter house with a sleeping area for 2 hunters, as well as a kitchen area for them to prepare the catches each day, ready to be sold to the residents of the city. And on day 16, the new hunter arrives from Allenstead to start up his own business in the city. Calder, old friend, good to see you in Allenhold. Welcome to the city. It's not much now, but I can't wait to show you the finished product. Day 17 is spent continuing the city infrastructure by building a trader shop well placed on the road. This will generate the city some well needed income from travellers and allow residents to buy the goods they need to survive. Day 18, and the trader shop is furnished for a shopkeeper to move in, with a sleeping area and a comfortable kitchen and living area. Jaskier from the Khajiit caravans decides to set up permanently in the city. Jasmine, I'm glad to have you on board. Life will be a bit different from the caravans, but I'm sure you'll enjoy settling in one place. Plus, they'll pass through every once in a while so you can see your old friends. Day 19 was spent building a house ready to hire a lumberjack. With rapid expansion, wood was becoming an issue, so this would be a well needed addition to the city. Day 20 was spent furnishing the lumberjack house with another cosy sleeping area, as well as a kitchen and food welcome pack, so the new lumberjack could get right to work after moving in. Day 21, and Frey arrives in town as the new lumberjack after being sent from Half Moon Mill. Frey, welcome. You've come highly recommended from Half Moon Mill. Let's just hope you don't bite like they do. Day 22 and the city gets its own tavern after Alan and the lumberjack work together to build it. With a nice waterfront view, it'd be a good place for the residents to relax and travellers to rest when passing through town. Day 23 and the tavern is fully furnished with a state-of-the-art bar, a stage for bards to perform, and a large seating area to accommodate a growing population. And upstairs, there's a couple of guest rooms to be rented out to travellers. Day 24, and Alan heads to Falkreath to hire a bartender from the local tavern, returning home after a successful trip. Torin, welcome to Alan Hold and congratulations on your first tavern. Definitely going to be busy, we've got a lot of mouths to feed now. Day 25, and an alchemy store is built. Not only will it help the city make some extra gold, but an alchemist will be able to keep the residents healthy and illness free. Day 26, and the alchemy store is furnished with a large space to keep any potion or ingredient you could ever need, as well as an upstairs sleeping and living area for the incoming alchemist and her family. And on day 27, alchemist Helda and her son arrive from Allenson Farm after she completed her alchemy training. Helda, welcome. Hope the shop's up to your standards. You've had some good training back at Allenson Farm, so hopefully you can take it on to the next level here. Teddy, welcome. I see you've settled in nicely. Day 28 is spent building beehives on a small chunk of land. This could be used by the alchemy store as an ingredient, but could also be sold by the trader or used to brew mead in the tavern. Day 29 and a house is built to permanently move farmers to the city so it can become completely self-reliant. Fresh vegetables grown all summer would really boost the growth. Day 30 and the farmhouse is furnished with a cooking and storage area to prepare food and a separate sleeping area for the farmers when they move in. Day 31 and Alan sections out a number of separate areas ready for crops to be planted and with help builds a windmill so wheat can be ground into flour. I'm sure everyone will enjoy some freshly baked bread. Day 32 and Alan's back to his old farm ready to select some farmers to take back to the big city, picking a couple and heading home. Anya, Torin, welcome to Alan Holds. Hope the farm's up to standards. Not as big as the old one, but it's certainly got some space to expand. Day 33 is a rare rest day with Alan helping out around the farm planting apples and berries and exciting vegetables like tomato, just like the old days. Day 34 and Alan is approached by an old man who wants to build a hen house, just not the usual kind. So they get to work building a full-sized house where the downstairs residents are chickens. Let's keep an eye on Sweet Roll in here. Upstairs is a small sleeping and cooking area for this odd man. Rupert, this was what I thought you meant when you said build me a hen house. The designs are very strange, but if you want to live in there, you can live in there. I'll certainly look forward to the eggs. Day 35, and with the help of a new visitor Ruva, we built a carpenter house, with Ruva conveniently offering his services to the town. His skills will be crucial for bigger projects and expansion. Day 36, and Alan finishes the carpenter's house by adding in some furniture with the usual kitchen and bedroom combination, and a well-made workshop outside for him to ply his trade. Day 37, and the residents all help to build a workshop next to a clay deposit. The workshop will extract clay to be used in other building projects, and maybe even to craft and sell some well-made items. Day 38, and the workshop is fully stocked with items sent from Allenson Mine ready to be sold, and another small living and sleeping area for a miner to start working. Day 39, and Alan heads home to the family mine where his journey began to transfer a few miners over to the city to work on upcoming projects, and a visit isn't complete with a night in the tavern with all of his old friends. Day 40 sees Alan travel back to the city with a miner who both set up the clay mine ready for it to start extracting clay from the deposit. Liana, thanks for agreeing to come back with me. Hope you enjoy your new home. Certainly a lot warmer than Allenson Mine. Day 41, and with a real need for ore and stone, Alan builds scaffolding and an entrance to a small cave which will shortly be turned into a mine producing resources and gold for the city. Days 42 to 44 are spent filling out the cave with the basics needed to start mining with equipment and scaffolding to keep the miners safe, adding in some lighting and a sleeping and break area so they can get some well-deserved rest. Day 45 and more miners arrive from Allenson Mine ready to get to work mining out the iron and stone needed for buildings in the city. The scene, hope you're settling nicely. If you need anything, let me know. Duran, seems you've hit a great vein there. Keep it up, good work. Gamor, another good vein of ore there, keep it up. Day 46, and a blacksmith is built in the guards camp. This will be needed to process all of the ore coming out of the mine, but also to keep the guards' weapons and armour in top fighting condition. And on day 47, a blacksmith arrives from Allenson Mine to get right to work. Ignar, welcome. Glad to see the trip from Allenson Mine wasn't too arduous. Hope you're settling nicely. I'll have a barracks built for you soon enough so you've got somewhere to live. Day 48, and it's about time the guards got a better place to relax, so Alan builds a barracks. With more guards needed to protect the city, this would be a great place for them to live. Day 49, and the barracks is fully furnished with a storage and break area so the guards can prepare for their shifts, and a large sleeping quarters to allow every guard to have their own assigned bed. Day 50, and with the space to hire more guards, Alan heads down to the main road to the city to build an advanced post. This would keep the main road a lot safer, but also allow for warnings of any incoming attacks to the city from that direction. Travellers and guards can also rest in the small camp by the guard post. How's the road looking, men? Make sure to keep safe while you're out here. Next shift will be here tomorrow. Day 51, and a city temple is built. With residents worshipping all types of gods, this would be a great place for them to pray and attend services to really be part of a community. Day 52, and the interior of the temple is finished with the addition of a shrine and lectern and seating for the congregation to use during visits. And a travelling priestess also decides to move in. Welcome, Astrid. You arrived just in time for the temple to be built. Look forward to having some services in here. With the city of Allenhold now complete, there's just one more thing to build, a home for the new Jarl Allen. So on days 53 to 65, the entire town works to build a mighty castle. It wouldn't only be a home though. In case of emergency, the city residents could move in to be safe. And days 66 to 75 were spent fully furnishing the new castle, so why don't we take a look around the new crib. As soon as you enter, you're welcomed into the Jarl's throne room, with a throne to speak to any visitors with a request, extremely glamorous decorations and trinkets, and even a personal guard for Alan. Moving on to the Grand Hall, which will be used to host banquets and parties with the residents of the city. Who wouldn't want to be invited when the room looks this majestic? And if your social battery runs out, there's even a study filled with the finest works from Tamriel and a comfortable seating area in front of the fire. Someone's talking too much? Well, ignore them with a good book. Or get an education from private tutoring, which is an offer to all residents. Opening a double door leads onto the main corridor of the ground floor, with a kitchen fit for a king on the immediate right. This is more than enough to keep the family fed and the food flowing at banquets. Continuing down the corridor leads to a child's bedroom filled with every toy imaginable. A great area for a growing family and welcoming guests from all over the Allenson business empire. And the final room on this floor is a private guest residence for visitors to stay and enjoy the peace and quiet, with another large sleeping area, but a more private dining area for adults to converse away from prying eyes and ears. Taking the staircase downstairs leads to a display room and armory. This can keep any rare trinkets secure, but also leaves plenty of room for storing armour and weapons needed in an emergency. Plus, who wouldn't want a tour in what's probably the largest museum space for rare items in Skyrim? Now, heading upstairs to Alan's private quarters, the floor features a large and majestic room featuring a cosy seating area in front of the fireplace, a very nice private bedroom, and a custom built bath for only the luckiest of guests to use. There is one secret in this room, an opening behind an inconspicuous bookcase. Would-be thieves will be met with a number of puzzles while heading underground, but these are all designed to help keep Alan's rarest treasures safe, including his personal gold, which has become a rather large amount. Exiting the treasure room and continuing up the tower leads to a personal room for enchanting, creating staffs and alchemy. With his retirement on the way, it's always good to be able to learn some new skills to keep the mind active. And finally, we arrive at Alan's personal balcony, with a view of his crowning achievement. He truly has come from nothing to become a mighty Jarl. There's just one thing missing, and on day 76, Alan heads to Allenstead to give his family the good news and officially move them into the new home. Lucia, how are you liking the new home? Definitely a bit bigger than we used to, but I'm sure we'll have a good life here. How'd you like the new home, Carlotta? We've definitely come a long way since Whiterun.
Yes, my love.
And with his family reunited, there's nothing more for Alan to do on this adventure apart from officially become a Jarl of Skyrim. Hosting the Jarls from the other 9 holds, he is officially sworn in as the 10th Jarl of Skyrim, Alan the Fair, Jarl of Allenstead. And with a personal wealth of over 1 million gold, There's nothing else to do on this adventure other than enjoy retirement. But who knows, maybe another member of the Allenson family might want to start an adventure in the future.